Hi, I'm Sandy Schreck for LBR Educates, and today we're going to be creating a botanical floral cuff wristlet. And wristlets have kind of progressed, and one of the newest trends is the cuff wristlet. This is a filigree wristlet, and it comes in 3 colors, in the silver, in the rose gold, and the gold. It comes with the platform on it that we normally would tie a ribbon onto or something, but I'm going to just remove that platform for today. We're going to be making the wristlet just right on here with no ribbon structure. We're actually going to create a structure out of the UGLU strips and some of the foliages. So we'll get started on that process. This is the silver cuff, and we're going to use it blank today. So we're going to start off with applying the UGLU strips. That's what I use, the 1x3 strips. And you start by just taking the wax coating off and applying that right directly to your cuff. Then I'm going to use my finger to just create a little bit of friction, and that's going to get a good seal on that wristlet. The next thing I'm going to do is I actually use titanium scissors, and I like the strips because I can cut them into multiple sizes. And so we're just going to make a backer for this. One of the foliages I like to use is the Israeli Ruscus. It's very hardy, gives me a natural leaf that I can use way in advance. Then to just get them a little bit more consistent, I'll line up the tips and then cut off the back, get a nice clean look. And we're gonna flip them over to the back side. Take this small piece of UGLU and apply that here. And I'm gonna take that piece because some of the UGLU may kind of pop through the wristlet, and we just want to make sure that we have a really comfortable surface for our customer to wear. So I'm just going to apply that leaf right to the inside of the cuff. And then it would also, as I'm using some of the floral adhesive to apply some of the flowers, it'll be a barrier that we're going to be able to glue to. So the next step we're going to do is to just peel off that top wax coating, and then I'm going to use this water bottle to just give myself a platform for it to stand on, and then take a couple of the other leaves and just create a little bit of a pattern on here. So I'm going to finish off, and I don't want to cover it all up. So that's why I cut them. I don't want them sticking out a whole lot. I do want to be able to see some of that filigree. So I'm just going to come in with those leaves just randomly placed through there. Then I can start to apply the flowers. So I have a Calandiva here that took a jump off the shelf, but we grow them here at Lembush Roses, but I'm going to utilize some of the Calandiva and then also a succulent planter. So I've got smaller succulents that I'm going to use as well. These are long-lasting pieces, and on the filler type flowers, those I can tap right in place onto that UGLU strip. So we're going to place a couple of those Calandiva blooms. And then I tap in a little bit of seeded Eucalyptus. And then we're going to come in with our primary florals. And I have 2 small succulent blooms. And I'm just going to turn them over. We're going to put a little bit of the green trick dianthus in here. And that helps to stabilize those succulent blooms so they don't tip over because they're kind of floppy. So there you can see I have a really good base and place for my focal flowers to be able to be glued in with the floral adhesive. So here we're going to do a generous amount of the floral adhesive. So I don't need to hold them in place. I created a support system already for them. And then we're just going to add a few accent blooms. Another thing I like is the hyacinth blooms. And we are going to add, I'm going to glue a little bit of the Calandiva coming up. Now to just be consistent with carrying a little bit of that color up to the top. And then the hyacinth, I'm going to use the dip method. So I use a piece of paper as my glue pad and then come in and just do some of the hyacinths and tuck them in. So hyacinths add that fragrance element into this and the complementary color scheme to the yellow, giving it a little bit of pop, adding that purple color. So you saw there I got a glue string on there that came across. So when I pick it up here, what I usually do is kind of spin it to be able to eliminate some of those glue strings. And if you do get a glue string that comes into your corsage or lands on your clothes or anything, just don't try to wipe it away right away. What you want to do is just let it dry and then you can pull it off really easy. If you try to wipe it off, it's going to go into your clothing or material and become more set in there. Here's our finished botanical cuff. You can see that it's a really textural mix of floral materials, some succulents and hyacinths and calandiva, some unusual elements that we're able to add in from plants as well as floral materials. I hope you enjoyed this. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure and like and subscribe and check out our LBR Educates playlist that has other corsage and wedding videos on it. I hope I inspired you to make some fabulous florals.